Shalom. In this week's Torah portion, Vayechi, our ancestor Jacob is on his deathbed. And in the style of grand opera, where a character like Violetta in La Traviata spends all of Act 3 dying while she continues to belt out note after note, so too does Father Jacob take up an entire Torah portion delivering his deathbed oration. His words are words of blessing to all of his sons. But it's not a conventional blessing. As he addresses each child, he reviews their lives and offers a character study of their assets and their shortcomings. In that context, Jacob says the following about his son Joseph. Archers bitterly assailed him. They shot at him and harried him. Yet his bow stayed taut and his arms were made firm by the hands of the mighty one of Jacob. What Jacob seems to be saying is that with the help of God, Joseph was able to withstand some kind of an attack with great courage and strength. The only problem here is that we have no idea what Jacob is talking about. You all know the story of Joseph. Do you remember anything about Joseph being shot at with arrows? In order to make sense of this verse, the classical commentators all choose to read it metaphorically. They say it wasn't real archers who shot at Joseph. Rather, archers was a poetic way of referring to his brothers who shot the arrows of their evil machinations at him. And he ended up deflecting the evil they tried to do to him. While that is one way to read the passage, I think that there is perhaps a better way. Maybe we should read it literally. Maybe there was an unrecorded incident in the life of Joseph. Maybe when he was a young boy, some wandering band of desert brigands attacked him while he was out with his flocks. Maybe those sort of attacks were common in those days, and so the Bible didn't think it to be worth mentioning. Just another arrow shooting incident. How many unreported gunshots ring out on the streets of our inner cities? And yet Jacob never forgets it. Until his dying day, he recalls that frightful time when Joseph was almost killed by the archers. Did you ever wonder why Jacob favored Joseph? The Bible doesn't tell us specifically. It just says that Joseph was the son of his old age, but perhaps another answer is lurking behind this incident. Jacob favored Joseph because he almost lost him in an attack. His entire attitude as a parent is colored by that event. I've been on the bima with parents who were celebrating the bar or bat mitzvah of a child who had overcome tremendous learning disabilities or dangerous health issues. And unless we have gone through something similar, we can only imagine the profound nature of their joy on such an occasion. Their experience was as unique and sui generis as Jacob's. And yet, to the outside observer, it may have appeared as just another bar mitzvah at Temple Beth Shalom. And just as we often cannot fully fathom another person's joy, so do we often fail to really appreciate the extent of their pain and their grief. When someone loses a parent, we try to comfort them by saying it was a blessing. Now they're no longer suffering. Your mother was 95. She had a long, full life. Don't be so upset. Nobody lives forever. But that person has still lost a mother. And we are wrong to try to diminish the validity of their unique grief. The book of Proverbs puts it so well, Lev yodea marat nafsho v'simchato lo yitarav zar. The heart alone knows its bitterness, and no outsider can share in its joy. During this pandemic, we think that we are all in the same boat. We are all having similar experiences. But Jacob's blessing to Joseph reminds us that we can never fully know the pain or the anxiety of another person, and neither can we sense the full joy of another, even when we think we are standing in their shoes. But when we come together as a community with empathy and with love, we can increase joyful fireworks tenfold, and we can diminish the darkness of fear by relying on the strength we find in one another. In this new year of 2021, may we be privileged to gather again, not of simchas, only for happy occasions that are unfathomably sublime for each one of us. Happy New Year and Shabbat Shalom.